All right, it's Cyber Monday, of course, the biggest online sales day of the year. Look at me, my little buddy Jacoby, trying to find deals online.
Hey, Dad, let me show you how to connect to the internet.
All right, right now on Fanatics.com, you can get a starting quarterback for less than $10,000 a game, and it comes with a pound of prosciutto, 3 pounds of gabagool, and some fresh semolina bread.
Some mortadella.
Yeah. Tommy DeVito. Yeah, forget about it. And while the New York Jets sells Tim Boyle, the New York Giants have invoked the spirit of Columbus himself and have brought all Italians together to watch the New York Giants play winning football. Forget about it.
It's insane, man. He's becoming like a cult hero, right?
Listen,
right in front of our eyes.
Dude threw a touchdown pass. The Giants win again. Every time the Giants win, they're another spot away from getting a quarterback in the future. All right, the second thing we found out on Cyber Monday, for less than $100 right now, exclusively on NFL.com, you can get a referee willing to not call a horse collar tackle at a key part of a huge game in front of a national audience.
Great, makes sense, though.
Hassan Reddick, left hand. Where's the right hand? Horse collar.
Horse collar.
Yeah, that's right. And ragdolling a quarterback, that's a no-no in the NFL. But you can get that referee for less than $100, Greg.
Hey, you can call it what you want to. The ref did exactly what's in the rule book. If that left hand was in front first, had he pulled him down from the back, and
initiated
it from the back.
Yes.
Horse collar.
I initiated it from the back once. And
right. I like working here.
I was young.
I like working here.
I need the money.
Don't get us canceled.
It was college. It was 1990. It's a long story.
Right.
It was the
Thunderbird,
holiday.
Mad
I
Dog.
was depressed. It was Christmas.
You went to college?
In any event. The third thing we found that you could buy exclusively as a Cyber Monday sale is a Brock Purdy quarterback roommate doll for league minimum. You may have heard that Brock Purdy has a roommate.
Legs.
I don't know what that is.
Shiny ass legs.
Is that the sun? Why is the sun coming out of his neck?
Yeah, that's
That is
What is that?
very
yeah,
weird.
I'll take two.
What?
Yeah.
That's why I got to be involved in the entire creative process around there. Cross that one off right now. And let's just wrap it up with the most expensive deal for Cyber Monday. You have to be wealthy to afford this. $37 million gets you 4 plays out of a future Hall of Fame quarterback.
That's not a good deal.
Yeah, and it turned out to not be a good deal for the New York Jets, who are the only team that wanted that Cyber Monday deal.
Yeah.
But good news, he's practicing.
Why?
Coming back.
Like, what are we doing at this point?
Suiting up tomorrow.
The Jets are in the grave. Like, Aaron, go to California, stay put.
Yeah.
See you next August.
By the way,
what are we doing?
the Giants might not be tanking with forget about it, but the Jets should tank the rest of the way because they're in the 8th spot right now draft-wise. If they can get into the top 3, they have an opportunity to get another future franchise quarterback who then could learn behind old man Aaron Rodgers, but that's a story for another guy. Yeah, please.
Woody
bring it.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Please step in and be like, Aaron, thank you, but no thank you. Is that wrong
Yeah,
to say?
remember, Woody Johnson has changed his entire tack this year. Wearing the bling, giving the franchise over to Aaron Rodgers, signing guys that he wants, empowering them to make him the focal point of the franchise. But I can tell you right now, it's in our best interest to lose every game out and maybe get a top 3 pick. They're not going to do that, but that would be the right thing to do. And I caution you,
sure
for
they're
those of
gonna
you
lose out?
fans out there that don't want your team to tank, I want to go back 4 years very quickly. The New York Jets had a game against the Rams, final game of the season.
Yes.
If they lose that game, they get Trevor Lawrence. If they win that game, they get Zach Wilson. Now tell me it's not a good idea to tank games when you have nothing to play for. That changes directions of franchises for decades and decades. Jacksonville's thrilled that they have Trevor Lawrence.
Absolutely.
The Jets would rather not have Zach Wilson. That's why I'm a proponent of losing as much as possible all the way down the streak for the New York Jets. You know, one team that's not losing down the stretch are the Baltimore Ravens. But before I get to that, let me tell you that this part of the segment is sponsored by the Inc. Business Premier Card from Chase. For business, make more of what's yours. Look, it wasn't the prettiest game ever played, but Baltimore's defense did the job. Charges at 3 fumbles. Zay Flowers here puts the game away, making the score a lot different than kind of what the game was really all about. But it doesn't matter. Double-digit win for the Baltimore Ravens, and they are the number 1 seed in the AFC. and they're damn good. And last night their defense showed up.
Yeah, and bottom line, anytime you got the Chargers pretty much having 4 turnovers in a day, that's easy money for the Ravens.
No doubt.
And so this was a team that was in autopilot from the jump. Lamar Jackson continues to be consistent. And what you love about this offense, totally, is no Mark Andrews, right?
Yep.
You talk about certain injuries. Ron Stanley was back in the game, so that was good to see. But they just did it in a multitude of ways, and that was fun to see. So I think the Ravens, man, they're just in cruise control. You can't blame them.
Yeah, look, Lamar Jackson threw for less than 200 yards in yesterday's game. It was a different type of game, but they dominated defensively. And on the Chargers side, look, it's another year the Chargers are going to be on the outside looking in. They're not playing postseason ball. They're going to have a new coach. Yeah. As good a guy as Staley is, they're going to have a new coach because he's just not gotten the job done. And you're wasting prime years of a legitimate stud at quarterback who you now gave all the money to. Now it's time to win. The flip side of that, though, is the Baltimore Ravens are 9-3.
Yep.
They're the number 1 seed right now. Barely holding off against Jacksonville and Kansas City, of course. That's partially because of bye weeks and who's gotten their bye weeks and who hasn't. But I think it's fair to say, with all due respect to Jacksonville, that the AFC, you could change the order if you want. I wouldn't argue with you. Baltimore, Kansas City, Miami. They are the 3 elite teams in the AFC with Jacksonville knocking on the door. Pittsburgh's offense is brutal.
Hey.
Cleveland, again, yesterday showed you no offense. The DTR got knocked out, and PJ wasn't any good. The Colts is a great story, but they're not beating anybody in the postseason. We all agree that maybe the Texans could win a playoff game if the Broncos stay hot because of Russell Wilson's experience and Sean Payton's. Maybe I could see them winning a game. But the AFC is a 3-horse race, at least for my money, Greg.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And when we look at the Baltimore Ravens in this game last night, it does look a little different. Yes, you say they're on cruise control. I think this is what the offense is going to look like without Mark Andrews. So moving forward, you lose a huge part of your identity offensively with a guy like Mark Andrews, somebody who's obviously has been Lamar Jackson's comfort for since he's gotten into the league. So for me, I'm interested to see how they look moving forward because of the absence of Mark Andrews.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, it's you have at least 3 teams in the AFC. You got at least 3 teams in the NFC. But the Baltimore Ravens, right now, in the moment, are the best team in the AFC, much like the Eagles are the best team right now in the NFC. But you've got a really interesting final 5 weeks schedule-wise, which we'll get to a little bit later on in the program. And there is a football game tonight, right?
Yeah.
We're still playing this game tonight?
Vikings, Bears.
Vikings, Bears.
Yeah.
Garbage. Minnesota, Chicago.
Right?
My guy's quarterbacking tonight.
Your guy.
So let's hope Minnesota gets back in the win column with my favorite quarterback in the NFL right now, not named Brock Purdy, Joshua Anthony Aloysius McDonald Dobbs. That's my guy. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.